Good afternoon. I just wanted to give you a quick tutorial on how to use CurriculumTrak, specifically what we're using it for at Bethesda Christian School. As you learned this morning and afternoon, this is the hyperlink to get into CurriculumTrak. It's unique to our school, so you'll want to use the one that I sent you. If you go to CurriculumTrak.com, it won't find our school, so let us know if you're having issues, but you should see the home page like this. Once you get your username, password, you should be able to get right in. I want to show you a couple features, and really all in maps. So if you go to your maps, you're going to have, like I have AP European History in here, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to go and show you US History to give you an idea of the state standards that are tied in with our general education courses. The first thing I might look through is, as we talked about, this Unit 1 I named pretty general, pretty vague. I may want to name it something else, and so it's as simple as going here. I've got each quarter, the units I covered. I'm going to check to see if I've actually still teaching Unit 1 and 2 in quarter 1 and so forth to make sure it's just accurately reflected. But all I have to do to change the name is go to Edit Time Frames and Units, and it actually shows us everything. You don't need to worry about naming the quarters, where philosophy can stay the same. But say I don't want to call it Unit 1 anymore, maybe I want to call it Intro to American History. I can just go in here and change it and save, and it's as simple as that, and now it has been reflected. So that's one thing you can do as you're looking through on how to update to reflect the most up-to-date material you are teaching, curriculum you're teaching. The other thing we talked about in our meetings is attaching our benchmark standards, and it's really simple. Your content should all have already the benchmarks. So I'm going to look here and I'm going to click on the paperclip under quarter 1, and I'm going to see, do I really teach, what do I teach in quarter 1, specifically in the second unit? So if I've taught it and I assessed it, I'm going to hit A. And if I taught it but I did not assess it, I didn't put it in an assignment or a project or a test, I'm going to mark it there. And I'm going to go through each of these benchmarks and highlight. And if it's not something I taught in Unit 2, I just leave it on N. And when I'm done, I save, and it will show a nice attachment with the standards that I've incorporated. You can even go back and click on it, and it actually gives you the standard in this quick format as well. So that's how you update your benchmarks. So you'll want to go through all of your benchmark standards and click on the ones in each quarter and each unit to reflect accurately. Our biggest concern is just making sure each quarter shows which standards we're actually teaching. The units in which they fall into, that can be an extra thing if you're able to work through all of that. The other thing we wanted to show you is how to, for those of you who are especially the 3rd through 8th grade teachers in math, science, English, and history, as you're working through your I can statements and expected student outcomes, we talked about putting them into CurriculumTrak when you're finished working through those, and I wanted to show you where you can do that. You'll simply go into your course, and if you were working on I can statements for quarter 1, you just go to the little paperclip under Unit, and it's going to give you this field option. You'll pick Expected Student Outcome, and then you'll just attach your document. You might have done it in a Google Drive. If you were working with other teachers, you can do that, or you can upload a file. You could also copy and paste directly into this. So whatever option is easiest, you would just save it when you're finished, and it will link with your content. The last thing really we wanted to show you was, we don't need a lot of time spent on this, but updating the material, the essential questions, ESOs, biblical integration, and so forth. You're looking through and reflecting, do I still teach the Old and New World meet in quarter 1? Yes, I do, so I can leave that the same. That's obviously not an essential question, so I might rephrase that. But to update any of these categories here, it's really simple. You go over to the unit section and you hit the pencil, and up pops all 5 boxes. So as simple as that, you can go in and update any of these 5 categories and then save it when you're finished. And really that will get you to where you need to be as we update each year and sort of reflect on our teaching and making sure we're covering the essential standards and and just showing documentation for what we're doing in the classroom. Let us know if you have any questions. Thanks.